Peace and blessings, everybody. Namaste. I want to go over something that people usually have a misconception about when it comes to police intercepts, stingrays, electronic surveillance devices, and how these IMSI catchers really work. As a person that spent 20 years with three-letter intelligence agencies doing cyber exploitation, I want to give you some of the breakdowns on how these technologies actually work so you can understand if you're under surveillance, if you're being surveyed by a power that be, or a person with like lots of money, and you don't understand how it's working, let me give you the ammunition so that you can escape this system of surveillance. Number one, IMSI catchers are things of the past. That's the current name for the IMSI, the actual identifier that works on your cell phone, and catcher. It captures the signal. Back in the day, everybody knew about what's called the stingrays, but there are much more advanced technologies nowadays that you can even build at home. But the ones that a lot of these intelligence organizations or companies that rent them or lease them out to intelligence agencies, they have secrets that you need to learn about today. Number one, yes, the United States government does contract out a lot of these intelligence and surveillance technology companies to collect intelligence about people who are protesting, people who are communicating negative things or negative insights about certain political things. That's why I always encourage people never to speak about how they feel emotionally on social media. People are literally getting locked up today. But today I want to go over the technology. All right. Number one, most of the police departments that you have in major cities across the United States of America have what's called stingrays or IMSI catchers. You should know one thing about IMSI catchers. Number one, they emit a signal on 2, 3, 4, 5G. Yes, they do go up to 5G now, that emulate the replication or the emulation of a cell tower. What is a cell tower? Every time you turn on your phone is a transceiver. It sends out information, it sends out signals, and it receives it. However, this phone is banded or configured a way to connect directly to a specific cell tower or a frequency set of cell towers, whether that's on the T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon. What a IMSI catcher does, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is really important. It emulates that it's all of them. It also sometimes downplays your signal. So if it's closer to your phone than another phone, or if it's closer to your phone than another cell tower, it will send out signals to force your phone to go into a lower grade. Instead of going 5G, it will turn it down to 4G so that it can connect, because it has a cost that is faster. What are costs? When it comes to electronic communications, you're looking at costing from which is the path of least resistance, which is the fastest route to get to the DMARC or the location where the phone call can be terminated. And if the broadcast signal is telling your phone, hey, the cost over here is better, then your phone's always going to select it. Now, I'm oversimplifying a lot of the specificities of this technology only so that you understand how it works. Let's talk about the mechanics in the back end that nobody's ever told you. I'm breaking up some secrets. I'm going to share a lot of secrets that nobody's ever told you. Number one, most organizations that create these stingray type devices, stingray is a copyrighted term from a company called Harris, but there are other companies that create much more complicated technologies that intercept your phone calls, intercept your SMSs. If you are in a gray area of life and you're using a regular cell phone to make your communications, already assume that the police department knows exactly what you're doing. Why haven't they knocked on my door? Great question. Great question. The United States is not allowed to monitor its own citizens, nor are we allowed to electronically intercept communications from United States citizens without a warrant. A lot of these organizations do what I'm about to tell you is called graywashing. Graywashing is this: we're going to lease you this IMSI catcher. If you capture anything on this IMSI catcher, I want you to understand that you don't own the data. You can't own the data because it would be illegal for you to own it. So instead, we're going to give you access to data pools or data sets, databases that you can lease out from us, the company says, because it's making money hand over fist. And when we give you something that's actionable, you can't identify what's actionable, but you can operate on it. What am I saying? That means that the police can understand and know what's going on. They can go out and see that you're selling fake hair out of your house, or you're talking about overthrowing the Venezuelan government, whatever you're saying. And then the government can't go in with a warrant saying, hey, boom, we know you're doing this. Or more commonly, child pornography or human trafficking. You've heard of these things. You're like, why aren't they locking them up? Well, they may, in some instances, I'm not speaking about all, in some instances, they have situations where they know what's going on, but the way they are able to capture the information was illegal. So they can't act on it directly, they can do indirect action. But what's more sinister about all of this that I want to break out to everybody and encourage people not to use regular SMS and regular cell phones. That's why we create the ghost phone in our program. That's why we teach people how to use their own anonymous phones. Because if it's not encrypted, if it uses the base SS7 communication, it is compromised by the United States government, hands down. So they have the information. Not only does the government or the local police department have the information, but more specifically, this company that is not bound by any kind of laws has access to it. And what do you think that company does with the information, the cell phone calls, the interface information they get from these companies? They sell it or they give it away. They just give it away. You know what I'm saying? It's sinister. So I'm glad I was able to give you this opportunity to understand how things work from an IMSI high-level communication perspective. You have a great, fantastic, blessed, abundant day. Ooh, oh yeah. All right, everybody in the chat room, I'm turning off the camera. Does anybody want to have a conversation? Anybody want to have a conversation? How you doing down in YouTube? What's going on? Did you learn something today? Did anybody learn something? Did you learn something from this one? Hello, Jesse Williams. You want to come on stage? Did anybody learn something? YouTube, did you learn anything today? The importance of you understanding what I spread out today is very, very important to your freedom. Hello, Jesse. How can I help you?
Hey, man. I was just wondering. I had a situation, and I'm very, very disturbed about it. I was driving black, basically.
Okay, come on.
I dropped a buddy off. We went to poetry. Basically, somebody ran from a dark area in an apartment, and I had I kept on going because I was scared. Then all of a sudden, 5 police cars pull up to me, surrounded my car. Guy come running to the car, very, very aggressively. Police officer, young guy. He said, "Why'd you run?" I said, "Because I was scared. I know who you were. It's a dark apartment." And then the cop come up to my car. He said, "Well, you smell like alcohol." I said, "Wait a minute, man. First you're looking for me, now I smell like..." I just plead the fifth, and I said, "I want to see your supervisor." He turned around to the supervisor, and he said, "Well, he don't want to talk to you."
So what? How can I help you though, brother? Because I'm black too, so we can go on and on about the police, what they do to us black people. How can I help you from this perspective?
Well, they have a video cam. He snatched me out of the car because I asked him to put my car in park, and my car go rolling down the street, and then they arrested me.
Yeah. So how can I help you though? You need a lawyer, brother. Okay. You need a lawyer.
No. Actually, I got a sheriff, someone that ran for sheriff down here, a buddy of mine. I figured I'd get him to come into court and actually.
All right, brother. Well, you have a good day. I thought we were going to talk about something related to the police interception. So you have a good day, brother. I appreciate your time and energy. Does anybody have any questions about the police interception, IMSI catchers, and what we're discussing? That's really what I want to talk about, not anything else. So if you're just joining, we had a conversation about how police are leveraging your information, how they're leveraging your phone and IMSI catchers, but the sneaky way they're not releasing the information they capture because they sell it back to governments. Does anybody have any questions about that? If not, we're going to keep on going. I got the recorded session. I just want to make sure everybody was paying attention. All right. Well, everybody have a peaceful day. Thank you so much for joining. Adios.